sorry for the delay. Like, so sorry for the delay. Nevertheless, BRL Wednesday, Singapore, control room. Hello everybody and welcome. It is a pleasure to see you all. I am just trying to sort myself out because I'm now running 3 screens and like I'm really trying surprisingly hard. Right, okay, we're set up. All I can do now is just pray that everything holds together, because it might not. So we're just going to have to live with that, and that it might not hold up together. Nevertheless, we've got a couple more moments of quali, just a little bit longer to go of qualifying, and nevertheless, we are comfortably there in sec. Oh no. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. God, there's so many options. Cancel. How do I just pull? That's it. Right, okay, 10 minutes of quali to go. I will update you just in a sec. We'll give you a little rundown of what's going on in just a moment's time. Nevertheless, I do need to get the stream posted somewhere. I've forgotten where I posted it. Stream links. Right. Welcome. It's echoey, I know. I will work on it over the next couple of weeks. I've just moved into a brand new room for sort of all my area, all my sort of stuff. So it's going to be a little bit echoey for a little while. It's very, very empty in here. It's literally me, a desk, 3 screens, a chest of drawers, some coats, and a big box. That's it. And it's quite a big room, so it is quite echoey in here, and you've got the painting and everything. So you are going to have to put up with that. I do apologise for that. But nevertheless, we are here. Absolutely lovely looking Singapore weather. Dry as always. Very, very rarely rains in Singapore. However, it did last time. I remember it doing that last time because Mr. Cookie pulled off one of the greatest strategies I've ever seen in my life. He absolutely nailed it, and then he went and bottled it. Nevertheless, he'll be hoping for a decent result today, as he's currently P5 in the standings with his team in P5 as well. He's absolutely carrying that team to P5. Alexis Sanchez down in P14 as well. It's nice to have a nice short standings as well. It's absolutely lovely. And he's on pole at the moment. We know he loves this track. He's done it before around here. He can do it again. With Lifebout in P2 as well, and that Sim guy in P3. So that Sim guy is currently retaining the championship on, well, it's actually on equal points to Rick, who is all the way down in 6th. So he's going to sort himself out if he wants sort of any possibility of winning this race sort of as of right now. With that, I'm just going to pull you up to the top. Sorry, I'm just actually having to sort Discord out. For once I have it on as well, which is great. We love that. Nevertheless, let's get to it. So, only a couple of drivers that haven't gone out and done... What on earth is that? That is Scotty in the wall. That's the retirement we just saw. A rather nasty little incident, actually. Either way, back on once again. Pole is on an outlap as of right now and won't let me change the camera type. Lovely. There we go. Oh, there we go. We're out. So Pole is just going to wait up for a couple more people. With that in mind, let's get tyres on. Oh, Bergen's on intermediates. I don't think they're intermediates, but there we go. Oh no, that's their fastest time. They've done the fastest lap on a set of intermediates. Did it rain? It must have rained, but it doesn't look like it rained at all. Nevertheless, I've genuinely got no idea what's going on. I've only been here for a couple of minutes. What we should be looking at, oh god, I'm sorry. What we should be looking at is coming up to the end of qualifying now. I think we should only have about 5 minutes to go on the dot or thereabouts. That is the Red Bull of, I'm pretty sure, Tommy. Yeah, there's the other Red Bull just going down into turn 1. Speaking of, I need the track map on full. And we'll have lap data on as well as per usual. We'll drop the tyre. Try and give you a little bit more space to look at some stuff. And there we go. There is the Red Bull coming down the one of the back straights. There's obviously the other that comes out of the hairpin. It's not quite as long as that straight. That is probably one of your prime overtaking positions, as well as turn 1 can be possible, but it's a big push. Alexis had a quali ban. Okay, no, not Alexa, Alexis, go away. Go away. Thank you. Right, I'm going to have to refer to him as Sanchez because apparently an Amazon device is picking me up when I say Alexis. Oh, we didn't do it that time. Right, wonderful. Okay, so I just have to really emphasise that it is Alexis. There we go. Works a charm. Oh, Henson, yeah, cheers for that, mate. Anyway, IRS Hella High 44. I can't say I recognise that name, nor the number 44 with a Red Bull car. Don't think I've ever seen those together either. Don't think I ever will. On top of that, what's J-Horse? Happy birthday. Cheers, mate. Highly appreciated. Can't believe that you're not here. This is outrageous. I feel so lonely. I'm not used to being by myself anymore. I was like, I've been by myself for like 2 years, and then all of a sudden I have a teammate for everything. And now it's weird to be by myself again. I don't know what to do. I feel like all alone. It's rather depressing. Who's out on track? Oh, Henson's out on track. He's just come across the line and gone ever so slightly slower, but he's, by the looks of it, just finished that lap, and yeah, goes off. Doesn't improve, unfortunately for him. Other drivers out at the moment. Hazard, invalid. Jimmy Jags, he's on a valid lap and coming out of the corner. He's on 5% ERS, I'm pretty sure he's on an in. SX Perry, he's on an out, definitely. I know it says that he's not on an out, but he's on an out. Look, he's got 100% ERS. Very fresh tyres, you know, the outside wall is still shimmering. I think that he is about to go for a lap. And would you look at that, the ERS is starting to tick down. I think he's going for it. Right, let's have a little talk through this track with SX Perry. Right, so the number 74 car hits the first turn, is quite a slow left-hander, and into this sort of triple chicane combo. Either way, you come out of there, you can maximise the exit, but I'm pretty sure that he's trying to keep a tighter line. Through here, this is now DRS straight, and there's a wheel on track. So down he goes. It's a short little right kink, but it doesn't slow you down at all. Into a left-hander, which you have to really set yourself up for nicely to hit the right. Can be an overtaking opportunity, but you have to really go for it, and you both go very slowly. Either way, you come through the left-hander and out of the exit and into, well, where was something, one of my favourite corners actually, this short little right-hander and then into the left. Down here you've got to absolutely nail the braking for the quick left hairpin. I think that's one of the best sections of F1 street circuit there is. Either way, onto another DRS straight as all top 7 drivers are now on outlap. So, oh, with that, SX Perry's gone and got fastest sector 2 time. So he's on a bit of a roll here. Could he possibly get a decent lap? Either way, we're going into an, oh no, he's invalidated it. That is a shame. Either way, we're going into what I call UNN. Because if you look on the track map, it looks like a U, and then it looks like an N. And then obviously you've got this lovely little left-hand turn. It's almost double left. But sort of the second left is nowhere near as important. Oh, Henson has retired from the session. What's he done? How has he done that? I'm a Wild Matt also retired from the session. My controller just had a spasm. Oh, that is a shame. He had a spasming controller, and that's just not worked out for him. And Mr. Cookie put it in the wall. Oh, this guy. Right, let's watch Lifebout, because he could be in a shout here of getting pole position. Coming across the line to start his lap now. That Sim guy also further down the road. 1.5 tenths up on his time. That's going to close him up to Lifebout's position. But he's going to have to make the most of Sector 3 and try and close down on Mr. Cookie, because Lifebout is going to be improving most likely. Right, that is qualifying technically done now. That Sim guy, just a couple corners to go. This is the first of the two. Second across the line. It's P1. Very, very fast from him. So that puts Lifebout in our position to absolutely maximise this. He's got to gain 2 tenths around this track if he wants to take pole position. Mr. Cookie now out of pole. Cannot get it. He is done and dusted. Also, notably, these drivers have absolutely run away with this qualifying in comparison to everyone else. There's Aeroblake in P4, 1.1 seconds behind. And Lifebout's down on his time coming into the third and final sector. He's going to have to pull an absolutely miracle here if he even wants to improve on his own time, let alone take pole position or P2 off of Mr. Cookie. Could it be that Sim guy, Mr. Cookie, front lockout? Well, in goes Mr. Cookie to the pit lane. That Sim guy just lapping around the track. Lifebout is the only man we can hold on to in the possibility of changing up the order. Bluebird has brought down that time there, coming across the line. He's now just 6 tenths behind that Sim guy. And Lifebout comes across the line, and it's just not enough. It's a quarter of a second slower than his fastest time, just under 5 tenths. Or half a second from pole. And with that, or with Aeroblake, who is really just chugging along, that is qualifying over. Right, okay. That Sim guy, front driver, Mr. Cookie still on the front row. It's not pole, but it is, you know, front row. We'll take that. We'll take that. And then obviously Lifebout in P3, who couldn't quite pull it off in the end, which is unfortunate. Though was looking quite strong. I doubt that Sim Mr. Cookie will be particularly happy. That Sim guy just going, ooh, Mr. Cookie. Well, with that, let's do a quick little quali rundown. It's that Sim guy on pole with Mr. Cookie in P2, Lifebout in P3, and Bluebird in P4, Aeroblake in P5, and I'm a Wild Matt in P6, Rick P7, R Henson P8, and Blair in P9, Hella High in P10, and Hazard P11, Tommy P12, Pole P13, Jimmy Jags P14, Smithy P15, SX Perry P16, Bergen P17, Scotty P18, Alexis Sanchez P19, and Simon Barsafan P20. Every single spot filled. We haven't had that in a long time. Mad. It's full. The grid is full. What? Since when has that ever been a thing? Well, it's dry, first of all. That's always wonderful. Either way, whilst we got those 30 seconds just to wait around, let's take a little look at pre-race chat, pre-race comments. What are we looking at here? R Henson, last Singapore race, Mr. Cookie crashed on the last lap and there was a surprise win for J-Horse, so I hope Wednesday is even more dramatic. It's going to be hard to beat because it was one amazing race back in... It was the first season, wasn't it? Yeah, season 1. Mental. Rain plus CRL plus BRL equals, yeah, it just gives it all away, doesn't it? As the drivers leave the grid for their outlap. We'll take a little look. Once again, pit stop strategies. It's looking like a hard start for most people, and then possibly mediums, possibly softs if they want to. A couple of mediums dotted around the place. Mr. Cookie on the mediums, as well as Rick, R. Henson, Blair and Hazard, as well as Smithy and Essex Perry down towards the back of the grid as Essex Perry gets off very, very slow. Well, one person's prediction wasn't quite wrong. It was wrong, but at the same time it was close. R. Henson, right, Mr. Cookie's getting pole and not leading the lap. You heard it here first. R. Henson, me and Rick are too far back. You're P7 and 8, boys. What's happened? This is outrageous. We need to up it, you know? We need to up it. And Tommy, playing on control tonight because I can't be bothered to set my wheel up to predict this either goes slightly well or exceptionally bad. Right. Just watch out for Tommy. Bluebird, very, very cold tyres for him. As that sim guy, going incredibly slowly into the back straight. I think he's just trying to let a couple of people towards the back catch up because they are very, very far behind sort of in comparison. I can understand why he is going a little bit slower. He definitely wants drivers like Simon Bastfan to catch up. They are a lot further back. Quite a lot of time. I mean, when you look at it at the straight like that, you can understand, wow, it is a surprisingly big gap, and the problem is these drivers are really hanging back as well. They're basically playing the same game Mr. Cookie's playing. And it's causing problems for him because he's going to be sat on that grid for a long, long time before the other drivers get there. Until a driver like Simon Bastfan, for the whole grid's completed, it's going to be a couple of seconds sat there just letting your tyres get cold. Mr. Cookie's softs overheat around this track, so it's just medium hard, maybe medium hard medium because of the tyre delta. Boring race if there is no rain, but even then I'm sat behind a safety car for most of it, or sat in more. You never forget your roots. And it's not too bad because Simon Bastfan currently just making it round as Scotty just waiting for rather late there. Quite a few drivers getting disqualified, so not many getting off to the best of starts that they could have asked for. Either way, we get ready to get going. Drivers load in. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights. We get ready to go, and it is go. And it's a pretty poor start for that sim guy as Mr. Cookie manages to get up the inside all the way at turn 1. So bang, done. Mr. Cookie into the lead of the race. As of right now, Lifebout holds P3 and Aero Blake and Bluebird fight for P4 as Bluebird gets the inside line. But is he going to have the better acceleration? No, they're going to basically tie themselves down to the next right-hander. It's going to be the inside for Aero Blake, and he does get the move done in the end. And there goes Bluebird off of the track. He gets sent all the way down to the back of the grid as drivers begin to compete in the midfield for positions. Up ahead we go with an absolute massacre of drivers as... Okay, so the Williams comes out at the back of that R. Henson, with Rick being able to make up quite a few positions here, up into P5 already, just behind Aero Blake now. On top of that, that was an absolutely quality looking battle there that we just witnessed, the sort of 4 cars dancing around on track. The 2 Hasses also lining up next to each other, Essex Perry and Bergen. Though a couple of tenths apart, they are still fighting. Well, what's amazing is they're fighting in different packs. With that, Lifebout must have had a little bit of a problem here as down inside goes Rick. He might even be able to get the acceleration to get the Ferrari here if he does manage to get out. He's managed to take out Lifebout and push him towards Hazard, and he's going to have to go to the outside of Aero Blake if he wanted to make that move work there. I think he's going to have to wait for another opportunity, but he wants to make the most of these mediums whilst he has them. And he shall. He's got a lot of pace on Aero Blake right now. I can't see Rick being able to... stay behind for long really unless he absolutely really messes up a move of any sort of picked up damage. But I mean, other than that, he's looking a lot stronger pace than Aero Blake through that first couple of corners. Rick has absolutely dominated the very start of this race, picking up quite a lot of positions, 3 positions to be precise, but even more so is Smithy on 7 positions, looking for an 8th as he just has a little look up the inside of RJ Blair there. He thought he might have an opportunity, and that was a driver that went rather wide, wasn't it? It was R. Henson, I'm pretty sure, that was full victim to that. Scotty just managing to get himself past. Another driver there is Smithy, looking very, very dangerous on the back. Other than that, pretty quiet up at the moment, and that's some guy running all by himself, the poor guy. Very, very little fighting for him to have to worry about. At the same time, that's absolutely wonderful though, because he can just focus on racing his own race. You know, he hasn't got to worry about a driver sort of just being there and being around and just sort of generally being annoying. He can just, you know, race his own race. So, looking, Rick is unbelievably close at this point. Look at how close he is in comparison. Almost really taking it out of Aeroblake right now. I think Aeroblake is going to really struggle to keep him behind for much longer. This is the problem with Singapore though. It's a street circuit. It's harder to overtake on. If you have a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3, that is Scotty DNF'd out of the race, and with DRS now enabled, this could mean a better possibility for Rick to be able to get past, maybe up at the turn, the left-hand turn, very, very soon. After a nice little dose of DRS, is it plausible for him to get past? I think so. He just got to absolutely nail the exit, and I don't think that's really happened. You know, 5 tenths apart. This is one of the furthest points apart I've seen these two in some time, to be honest. And yeah, look at that, DRS not being all that effective down that straight at all. Really, really struggling to say the least, actually. And with that, we'll notice that he starts to pick up a little bit more pace through sector 2 and sector 3. So maybe Aeroblake is more attuned, and oh, we had a little look there, didn't need to go up the inside. I think that hairpin could be a place where we see a lot of moves happen. But at the moment it's still all single file, but it's a pretty good run from Rick there that doesn't decide to go for a move, but tries to force Aeroblake into making a mistake and running a little bit wide, which is exactly what he's done, and he's going to be able to launch it up the inside here as the two go side by side through the chicane. And no, Aeroblake still comes out as the favourable driver, but looking just behind these two, they're racing side by side for a lot of that part of the track, and now that's kind of opened the door for Lifebound to sort of, you know, get his head in a little bit and just, you know, see what's going on, just see whether there's any opportunity for him to make a move. If you get a good run out of this corner, it's also sort of plausible to make a move down into turn 1, as I think we're going to see here, as Rick does go for the move down the inside and gets it done nicely at turn 1. Rick up into P3 after quite a long battle, and Lifebound hoping to get a little bit from this. On top of that, Hazard not that far away either, just another 3 tenths back. A lot of close racing happening right now, and it's lovely, lovely to see, I must say. I think we're going to have to keep it focused on these front runners, because there's quite a lot of them running very, very sort of close racing to each other, which is always what we love to see. We absolutely love to see close racing, and I mean, we have it, so why complain? A little bit of a struggle there as Bluebird and Pole running side by side into the left-hander. Who's going to come out on top? It's going to be the Alpine for now. Bluebird moves on himself up into P11 after running side by side into that left-hander, and far too far back is Pole. He can't make a move. Is Bluebird's P11 for now. So lap 4 of 31 as of right now. A couple of drivers having, you know, not great starts. Other drivers really sort of pulling out all showstoppers. Smithy at the moment doing the best, up 7 places. In P2 though is P6, Hazard with 5. not confusing at all, if you know what I mean. It's very, very confusing. Yeah, it's battles, 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 battles. We want fights. There's quite a lot of close drivers, but no drivers that particularly want to go at each other, and that is... It's frustrating, to be honest, because, I mean, you know, the last thing you want is to just be sat here looking at a screen, wondering why am I doing this. That's close, 2/10. IRS is right on the back of Smithy here. All of a sudden, Smithy could be in a little bit of trouble here. I mean, our Henson's managed to get past. Will it be IRS next? He's going to go down the inside at the right hander. It doesn't quite pull off. It's so close, and now under a lot of pressure from Bluebird, who is going to try and go around the outside. He's going to have the inside line for this corner, and yes, he does get it done, and without the Red Bull being able to peek back out the inside and try and go for the inside line at this corner. So Bluebird making up another position up to P10, showing that he has got unbelievably good pace as of right now. I am going to grab a drink. What on earth happened to Pole? I think Pole's had a bit of a problem because SX Perry and Jimmy Jags just managed to get through. And I'm not saying it's the drivers, I'm just saying that when sort of two drivers get past, almost one after another, that usually means something fishy's up. Something not good. Bluebird's gone for another move, hasn't it? He's going to try and go around the outside here. Is he going to be able to do it? Yeah. Oh no, he's managed to get the inside line there. And that has opened the door for the Red Bull to slip down the inside. Can he get the better brakes on with maybe the help of the Alpine? That's forced the Mercedes just a little bit wide, but they're still going to go side by side. And it is going to be the Red Bull in the end. After just a little bit of persuasion, he's managed to get himself through, but the Mercedes pushing him through the hairpin there. I guess obviously struggling a little bit. Oh, what's happened to Aeroblake? He's going slowly into the pit lane, so I'm guessing he's obviously got some kind of problem. I'm guessing it has to be some damage at this point, you know, only 7 laps in of 31. It's not really the wisest move to make. There you go, there off comes the front wing. And off he goes. So obviously a bit of a slow stop because of the wing change, but nevertheless still unbelievably fast. If it goes quiet for a little bit and you just start to hear the sound of someone snoring, I'm so sorry. Apparently I'm really tired. Something I haven't known about until starting this, and then all of a sudden I've just gone boof, tired. Looking just a moment up the corridor, just a couple positions ahead. We have P13 and P12, fighting up P12. It is Jimmy Jags and SX Perry in these places as well, looking very strong. Possibly on for a points finish, so they'll be absolutely over the moon with a points finish. I can give you that much knowledge. Right, well it's lap 8. Everyone's within a second of each other. Everyone's away from a second of each other. It's difficult. I'm gonna get a drink. Do you want one? Yeah, I know you do. What do you want? Oh, there's a battle. 4/10 apart. Where's it, Bergen and Smithy? Not so far away, I think you might have this. Oh yeah, he's really close, isn't he? Let's see how he can do. Once again, I apologise. Oh, yellow flag sector. Oh, it's someone retiring in the pit lane. I do apologise once more for the, I guess, problematic. What's the word? Problematic audio. Just a bit like, I don't know, wobbly. But on top of that, Bluebird is catching what? Yeah, Bluebird is catching our Henson. That'll be a good fight, actually. I'm looking forward to this one. I might have to get... Yeah, I might have to get some food because I'm really struggling right now. Apparently, I'm so tired. I wasn't a couple of moments ago. Yeah, Mr. Cookie is looking rapid. He is, isn't he? Since when has Mr. Cookie been this fast? He's got a 5-second lead over that Sindai, who admittedly is on hards. But nevertheless, considering the fact Rick is then another 6 seconds back from hard set as that sim guy, it's a really solid position to be in now if you're Mr. Cookie. I think that sim guy is still definitely in this race. The moment I turn away, Bluebird gets himself past our Henson, who I think is struggling a little bit to keep up. Oh no, maybe not. He's right on the back of Bluebird. That's close. They're going side by side. Haas is going to have the inside line, goes for it. Is the Mercedes going to get... I think that might have been a little bit of a collision there. Either way, Mercedes does manage to get through in the end and gets on the accelerator much faster, and then through he goes. Smithy holds P10 for now. It's a pretty poor corner though, and it nearly opened the door for the Haas to be able to make a move, but I think the Haas is going to just have to wait. He's not going to go for a move there though, is he? No, of course not. Terrible idea. With that, a couple of drivers right at the bottom have made sort of pit stops, but not many after that. It's been quite quiet. Oh my god, he's gone for it. I didn't even see that. Oh, the Haas went for it. And that is a 3-second penalty for Alexis Sanchez. Unfortunate for them. Oh, who's that? Who's that the wrong way around? Is that Alexis? Okay, that's Alexis Sanchez. Oh my god, I thought that was Mr. Cookie bottling a win again. I swore down if that was Mr. Cookie bottling a win, I would have been rhyming, clearly. Would have been rhyming, because since when have I been able to do lyricism? Oh my god, he's gone for it again. He's going down the inside. The Haas is making some outrageous... He's passed. The Haas... What a move. What a move. And... Ow, what? 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 Surely that's a mistake from that sim guy. That has to be. I mean, the back, he was 5 seconds. How did he drop 5 seconds and then Rick take 9 seconds from him? That stops. What? Be helpful if I actually had quality on this as well. I'm so sorry the fact that you have to watch this. This is unbelievably poor. This is why I'm hoping to pick up a piece of equipment. Oh, that sim guy's in the pit lane. Changing his front wing. He's had big issues. That sim guy in pit lane, issues. Massive amounts of them. That puts Mr. Cookie with a 12-second lead. 1-2-12. No. If this guy bottles this, he will never hear the light of day from it. 12-second advantage over a guy on the exact same strategy as you. And then another 4 seconds to the next driver who's got a penalty as well. 16 seconds plus 3, so 19 seconds on the hard tyres, but nevertheless. I think that sim guy might have just ruined his race. He might be able to clinch back and get some half decent points playing positions, but I can't see him doing an awful lot, to be honest. It's going to be a big old push for him to be able to make anything out of this race. I'm going to be totally honest with you. What I need is results, point systems. So as of right now, that Aeroblake's just managed to get past Jimmy Jags, notably, as Jimmy Jags goes off. Oh no, he didn't. I could have sworn that looked like Jimmy Jags just carried on going in a straight line. Henson in the pit lane, ladies and gentlemen. Henson in the pit lane, and Smithy relieves position to that sim guy, now up to P10 for 10 points. As in goes Smithy. I'm guessing he just didn't want to hold him up because he was going in. That sim guy is going to be on an absolute charge now. He hasn't got to stop, remember. He hasn't got to stop. But it is a long way between him and Mr. Cookie. About 30-ish seconds. So either way, Mr. Cookie looking really speedy. But I think that sim guy is absolutely eating time out of him right now. Luckily, Mr. Cookie's on the medium tyre. He could switch to the soft, to the hard a little bit early. Whether that's on the cards for him, I'm not too sure. All I know is Blair is looking sort of quite close to the Alpine ahead, Bluebird. We could be in for a possible move here. Hazard in the pits. And this gap is just getting bigger, isn't it? It's now up to 8 tenths. Though it's probably the closest fight we've got, so we may as well watch it. No? May as well. What I might have to do is switch my radiator? Oh god. Switch my radiator on. It is chilly in it. So, who do I think's got it? Well, I don't think there's any denying that Mr. Cookie is in one of the greatest positions he's ever been in his career. I don't think there's much denying that, because he's an absolute monster right now. And he's keeping that gap nicely to Rick as well, notably. I don't know sort of how bad that is, but I don't actually think it's too bad. And in comes Blair and Cookie. Cookie just leaving the pit lane. Sorry, I was just scrolling the amazing MRLS Discord server. Just in information on BRL and whatnot. Okay, so just a little notable thing. That sim guy has stepped down as head steward. Just because he doesn't have time to be honest. Jimmy Jones in the pit lane as well. Oh, Henson. Ooh, that's looking nice. Right. No bad things. It's just he hasn't got time to do it. So our Henson is now head steward. So please keep that in mind for anybody watching the stream and needs to send in a report. That some guy won't be the person looking over it, so there's no point in messaging him directly, trying to offer him a couple of quid to make sure that you don't get anything. Sam Graham, grrr to you too, Sam. Well, our Henson is probably looking sort of the most ready to overtake driver on the grid. And it's nice that a couple of sort of positions are beginning to, I guess, form as well, which is absolutely lovely. That means that we have a lovely little ability to watch and talk over some racing, which will be absolutely wonderful. We are halfway through this race now. Lap 16 in particular, Aero Blake picking up a 3-second time penalty, which is the exact man our Henson's trying to overtake, and indeed he had a little look for it, didn't he? He had a little look, decided against it, unsurprisingly. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't if I was him. Not that far back anyway. You've got to be really close in that corner to be able to make a move that's going to be sticking in any sorts, but I don't think you have to be quite as far back in this corner, especially with RS wide open. He's going to be able to go to the inside line. He's going to get on the brakes. A little bit of contact made during the braking. However, it's nicely through for our Henson, and Aeroblake doesn't stand a chance to be able to get back in the right hander. So that is our Henson up to P9, and Blair at the back was also looking a bit in the mood to make a move. Unfortunately, wasn't able to quite at the time. However, I can see him making a move a little bit later on. Or there. What happened to Aeroblake? Oh, he's binned it. Okay, well, Blair doesn't have to worry because Aeroblake decided to bin it. or there was contact made. I genuinely have no idea. Don't ask me. Let's look ahead to this. That sim guy's managed to get himself up into a pretty solid place as of right now. He's 18 seconds back from Mr. Cookie. So it's not looking good for a race win, but to get some decent points, it is looking alright. Obviously, he was still in P2 when he came in. He just came in, had to change his wing, and was a little bit slow because of the broken wing to begin with. But I think he could make a little move here. If he switches to the inside at the last second, he doesn't go for it. He decides to keep Rick in front just for now. Well, there's not an awful lot to say really. It's been quite a quiet, sort of pleasant race. I mean, we can kind of, I guess I'll sort of keep looking at any important information for you to know, anything sort of changing over the next little while. But I don't think there really is, to be honest. It's all quite, I don't know, quiet. Well, that sim guy clearly struggling to get himself through here. I mean, Rick is holding his own rather well, I must be honest. I mean, fair play to him. He's not letting that sim guy get close enough to be able to make a move, and it's working nicely, and I think it's going to work here as well. Yeah, this is the thing, right, is that sim guy keeps having looks, but he's not just about not close enough, and Rick positioning his car wonderfully through that corner, keeping it in a nice central position, just didn't allow that sim guy to sort of take a move and be able to stick with it. He is going to go for one. He's had enough of it. Is he going to be able to launch it up the inside here? No, he doesn't. Eventually, Rick manages to go and block him off once again. Coming through the hairpin, he keeps a bit of a wide line, little bit of a later apex, just trying to get on the accelerator that little bit, bringing through a little bit more speed, and the exit of the corner, it's not quite going to work, and that is triple yellows. And surprisingly, just a virtual safety car. Not quite sure how, but yeah, just a virtual safety car in all that. I mean, if you look at where the accident is, that could never, ever be a virtual safety car. Never.